All right, guys. So right now I'm gonna be quickly showing you how I'm building steering up the pod Fluid Fusion automation. So I'm gonna be using Stitch. All right, guys. So right now I'm gonna be using Stitch, guys, and hopefully you could see the screen. Right now it's being shared. And Stitch is the Google tool that allows you to create the user interface quickly. So I'm gonna quickly go ahead and show it to you. Earlier, I was showing you the video for how the whole process works um, for the actual steering up the pod automation. Um, and I quickly wanted to show you guys what that means in context of Google Stitch. So this way you could kind of see it for yourself and what this automation, as you guys already understand what it does. Like, first of all, I'm using ChatGPT to cook everything up in projects. So I have different types of projects, guys, and organize every automation across projects. So this kind of makes it super easy for me to understand what I'm building. And of course, right now I'm building a PWA app with a Firebase, Firestore, and using Stitch. So Stitch is the tool over here that just makes it super easy for you to grab the context of the of the app and show you everything in one spot. So right here, the UI is already created, and this is what it looks like if I was to kind of zoom in and show it to you guys. But zoom in, 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 zoom in. So with Stitch, you could just register and it's a free tool by Google. You could register, then export everything, the entire app. You can literally tell it what you want to build, and it will go ahead and will build it for you. So right now I did steering up the pot, Fit and Fusion automation. Now, what exactly am I doing? I'm quickly building this app, and this is a native app. Well, how should I say it? It's not native, but it will look like native on your iPhone. So how does this work? So effectively, guys, as you guys know, what we're building, building Freedom Fusion automations. So right now we're working on steering up the pod Freedom Fusion automation, and we're going to be publishing that directly in our bio link. So if I go to bio.link/Freedom Fusion system, we're going to be dropping our automations over here. Guys, if you haven't checked out our Freedom Fusion Flip workshops yet, and you wanted to register, you could do so by going to we do them every Saturday where you could ask personalized questions and you could reserve a seat. It's happening every Saturday. You could reserve the spot over here to kind of get a quick understanding for how to build some of those innovative automations. So without further ado, I'm going to quickly cover like what I did. Yeah, it's super easy, guys. Many of you could do the same thing. You don't really have to. You could just use our automations. We're going to operationalize them and give them out to you. And just to kind of give you a context of how do we give things out, well, if you go to Notion, so we have Notion, and what we do for our Feudal Incubator members and subscribers, what we do, our Thread Stack subscribers, what we do, we provide the pill access to the pills of freedom. We have everything organized in Notion, and you get access to the pills of freedom, but basically that is for our Thread Stack subscribers and for our Feudal Incubator members. So keep something in mind, guys. Freedom Fusion Flip workshops is free for you to learn from, and you could register right away so this we could ask questions. Now, keep something in mind, everybody's use case is different, but what we're doing for our talent agency, we're building the app that makes it easy for us to interface with our brand. So right now, what we're doing, we're adding basic steps over here in Stitch, and then it's creating the UI. So I technically just want to have few steps on my app. Over here, doom scroll to find a TikTok video, find a viral comment, remix the voice, create viral script, blast it across socials. So this is what it looks like. This is really simple to do. It's just I'm communicating directly with Stitch. And at the end of the day, what I do is I export everything out, I download it. And when I download the whole thing, it will go ahead and will get things. It will look like a little file over here. So this is what it looks like. It looks like a little file. And this file is going to be imported into um, cloud. So like right now, don't try to flex your muscle too much, guys. Basically, just follow through those workshops so this way you could see how I'm whipping out this whole app. And of course, I'm handing that off to our subscribers, this app, so this way you could use it. It saves incredible amount of time. You already see me showing it to you on YouTube. If I was to kind of even go to YouTube and see if it uploaded. Let me see if I'm gonna go to Slack. I have some of those automations directly whipped out on Slack. We're building them as part of our feudal army initiatives. But let's see, did I get anything dropped? The pills of freedom are constantly getting dropped right here, guys, into our Freedom Fusion Digital. For example, this is building, steering up the pot, pill of freedom. And over here, as you can see, everything's getting operationalized in those pills of freedom. Those are the pills of freedom that we provide you with when you join our Feudal Incubator custom coaching program. So the tech stack for building, steering up the pot is literally CapCut. So there's many different tools that many bougie boss moms over 40 use, like CapCut, Captions, Zapier, Pushcut, iPhone, Gemini API, like all of those things are part of this tech stack. Now, keep something in mind. Right now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to update the tech stack and I'm going to include Stitch, and just to this way you kind of understand how all of this is working. And then, of course, Firebase is going to be the next part. And so Stitch, Firebase, and Cloud Run. So Cloud Run, all of those are Google tech stacks, and you could use them for free. You could open up the account with Google and do that. But the idea here is what we're going to be focusing today is on. So, and of course, there's also Gemini Live API. So, and there's Gemini CLI as well in the process. So it's a big tech stack, guys. I don't expect you guys to like conquer all of this, but what I do expect you to do is to kind of understand that you're not really spending any money on that. You're running that on demand inside of a little container inside of a Cloud Run container that gets instantiated. And right now, what we're going to be focusing is on a Firebase and Firestore building out. Like, how do we do this? How do we take the app? How do we take all this tech stack and combine it in that app and stitch everything together so this way you could make money? Now, keep something in mind. Money comes from many different things. Like you could create money from building automations. You could create money from selling different types of products on TikTok Shop. But what we're doing it for our brand to accelerate our processes for building different, promoting different products, pet products. So we're doing it for ourselves, but in the process, a lot of people ask us, like, how do we do that? How do we control the phone on a go? How do we inject information inside of the phone? All that other stuff. So right now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the Firebase real quick. So Firebase is a free tool. Once again, you go to console.firebase.com, and after you create the Stitch basic UI, what you want to do, you want to jump into the Firebase. So the Firebase and is just, as I mentioned, it's literally free, guys. You do this, and Firestore is part of it. So right now, as you can see, here's a Firestore databases. I created one over here. And how do I do that? This is really easy. I just create a start collection. So over here, when you hit the start collection and you specify users. So I already created users. So, but typically you would click next and then you would have something like this. So what I'm doing is I'm creating all of those steps that you see on this UI. So on a Stitch UI, you see this interface, right? So what I'm doing is I'm taking all of those parameters, I'm creating the database, guys. So database is all happening. You don't need to have any dedicated servers or anything like this. You just create basic database where you include um, sub collections, and inside of those sub collections you have something what's so called fields, and so you have collections. So the way I could kind of describe this, let me go ahead and kind of move back over here. So here's what's going on. What exactly are we doing, guys? So right now you could think of it this way. This is a skeleton structure that we have. So over here, we have this kind of thing. We have a create a viral script. So what exactly are we doing? A user opening up the app, they're creating a viral script from what? From a viral comment. So there's certain steps the user is taking, but we want AI to know exactly what the user is doing and interface directly with the user real quick, and in a process, be able to communicate and be able to kind of see the user, talk to the user, understand what the user is doing. And for that, we included emotions over here. So So what I did is I just took that skeleton structure and I quickly recreated it over here in Firebase. So this is what it looks like. So this is emotions. So if I was to look at the motion, this is the emotions. So why am I introducing emotions? The reason why is because I want to create that wow factor. The wow factor is like what we need to do. We need to understand. We need to be getting context from the user. So anytime somebody Bougie Boss Mom runs a workshop, we need to see that context. So once again, so let's say a Bougie Boss Mom registers for this whole thing and like for this app and gets this PWA app, this app going to be installed directly on your iPhone. So basically that architecture of the iPhone is just going to be like this. There's going to be like this. It's going to be boom like this. The phone, here's Stitch right here's Stitch design for iPhone, right? So this is what's happening right now. We build steering up the pot. So right here we build steering up the pot. It's done, and now what we do, we integrate the Firebase. So Firebase is Google, everything from Google. So like this, Firebase, and what we do, we create a Firestore database, right? So right now this is what we did so far, and of course, there's all of this is happening outside. This is kind of a steering the Stitch design. It's not the design itself with Stitch. It's not being hosted on the iPhone itself, guys. It's being in the cloud. So now what we're gonna step up the game a little bit more, and we're gonna do something. We need to interface. Somehow we need to interface with this design. So we need to interface with Firebase and Firestore and with everything what's going on the phone, and we need to interface directly with the shortcuts that are on the phone. So there's going to be shortcuts on the phone so the phone is basically going to be sending data through to the Firebase, to the Firestore. It's going to be storing that database. But like, how does this whole process go? Well, so this PWA app it's a lightweight app. It's going to be hosted directly in the cloud, and it's just going to be sending the shortcut signals into iPhone app like this, and then it's just going to be like that, right? So that's basically how it works. And boom, this is the iPhone hub. So the idea behind this whole hub and spoke kind of design is relatively simple. We have Bougie Boss Mom, who is super excited and promoting and steering up the pot across multiple socials. She's steering up the pot and making it super easy for her to kind of uh, kind of be present across multiple socials and get more be able to make more sales, more products, that kind of thing. So now this is an iPhone hub. Now where does steering up the pot automation kicks in? The steering up the pot automation kicks in even further when after you create the viral script. What you want to do, you want to get prescriptive recommendations for what kind of videos you could search for again, but this time on um like on your hub phone. Sure, on your hub phone again, you could search for the viral videos, but effectively what you want to do, you want to respond back with a viral video that's going to be from your spoke phone. So you're going to respond with a viral comment. So you're going to search on an iPhone for a viral comment, and they're going to come back on your iPhone and going to get back, and you're going to instantiate the automation, iPhone automation on spoke to let the person on to let mom know to paste comment on her TikTok, on her business TikTok from her personal TikTok. So don't get too caught up in this, guys, other than the fact that you're using multiple TikTok accounts and multiple iPhones. And you need to do that in order to stir up the pot and to get more controversial kind of responses. So this is spoke. So this is spoke. So this is what it is, spoke, guys. This is what it is, spoke iPhone. So right now we got two iPhones, hub and spoke situation. And now what we're gonna so we did a basic collection. for each step, what we want to do, like we wanted to add similar emotions. So keep something in mind. I wish there was a way to kind of copy this emotions, but there isn't. So what we're gonna do, we already created the user. So we created the user 1 to 3. And the idea here is once you understand the skeleton structure for one user, you could easily replicate it on a more kind of a code level way. But for now, we're just doing it, we're adding the collections, then sub collections, and we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna do add another emotions. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna add a collection called emotions. Okay, guys, why we want to add emotions? We want to see exactly the emotional state of a bougie boss mom while she's using the phone. Okay, guys, because that's gonna create immersive experience as if it's the real coach talking, and that's just going to create this bonkers way. It's going to create that wow factor. So we're chasing the wow factor too. We're chasing the usefulness for the app in combination with the wow factor. So we got AI response, emotion, gesture, timestamp. So what I do is I go here and I go to emotions and I just create um, so over here I just create AI response like this, then emotion, and then what was the other one? So we go back again. So as you can see, the user interface is somewhat gesture and timestamp. So if she makes a thumbs up, that kind of stuff, we want to know about it. So over here we go to emotion, gesture, so timestamp. So gesture. So if she makes a thumbs up, we want to know about it. If she winks, we want to know about timestamp. We can add those emotions and we could translate them into avatar kind of so avatar reacts to whatever it is that we do. So right now that we finalized the creation of each of those steps, we still need to create the schema for the rest of it, for the remixing and all that other stuff. But for the purposes of quickly flying through this, and we're doing it for our luxury pet brand and for our talent agency, we want to do this quickly. We want to be able to quickly get that immersive experience while finding viral videos and responding back to TikTok. We want to create that immersive experience. But at the same time, right now, I think we're done. We're good to go. And we have finished the Firebase integration. The rest is just going to be um, doing the like doing the further steps, which is going to be connecting to Cloud Run, this Firebase automation, and turning on WebRTC connection. So right now, like the way you could kind of think of it is um, there's Gemini Live API that we need to get to, and we need to be able to interface with the Firestore, and we need to do this all on an iPhone, guys, 2 iPhones, and we need to use native shortcut automations as well. But right now, I'm just kind of moving things upper, so like I'm just kind of moving and showing you guys what is involved. So emotion, gesture, AI avatar live reactions, that's what we want to capture. That's why we're doing this. For user management, so the summary of the Firebase, we're going to be this is what it's managing the functions: user management, authentication, track multiple users. We kind of want to know that. So we're quickly going through the whole process, and now what we did, we whipped out the database and we did the Stitch app visual UI interface right away. So once this is packaged into our app, it's going to be native. It's going to look like a native app on your iPhone, guys. But the cool part about it, it doesn't need to be like registered with Apple or anything like this. Forget about that. It just makes it super easy to control everything on a go while still being able to inject data into your app. So right now so what the app is gonna allow you to do, guys, is gonna allow you to quickly doom scroll on TikTok, find the viral comment, respond to that viral comment, remix it with voice, create a viral script, and blast it across socials. So that's what it's gonna do. And of course, guys, to kind of see all of this, what do you need to do next? So the next thing, what we're gonna do, we're gonna go through all of those need to do specifically on Firebase hosting for your PWA. We need to install certain Firebase tools. We need to run Firebase deploys. We need to deploy the React. We need to do a couple of things, guys. We're doing it super quick, but like we want to just put into AI and hope for the best to build this one you kind of have to understand each individual step. And of course, we want to integrate the authentication. So over here it says go to authentication. And of course, let's say it says connection not stable. I don't know what's up with that. So I think it's good. So and go to authentication, enable anonymous or email password. Okay. So we could get that thing going as well. So this is the skeleton structure of the app over here. So we got user doom scroll, step 2, step 3, step 4, all of those uh, emotions. And then over here we got optional for AI avatar reaction. So we definitely want to have spiciness within our AI avatar. Um, okay, so we did all of this. I think now we're ready to go to the next step, which is just integration of doing basic leg work, like setting up React, setting up authentication, uh, and doing something basic prerequisites just to get things going. Guys, this is something that not everybody understands, but it's fairly easy. You just so to connect Firestore to your React app. So to do that, you need to install Firebase. You need to do this import and put all this other stuff like project ID, authentication domain, API key, all that other stuff. And this is what I'll show you how to get all of that. Now, keep something in mind. This is not something that a random person could just quickly go ahead and understand without kind of going through step by step. We provide that inside of our Feudal Incubator training, the step-by-step processes for how to set things up. If you guys are interested, jump in. It's led by our Feudal hustlers who describe to you everything what you need to do in order to build your apps. Now, our goal here is to kind of quickly get this. So right now, what we did was set up the databases. We got the structure. We got the schema. The schema we didn't fully complete, but we're not trying to whip out every like a huge app right away, include all the schema. You never want to do that, guys. You want to do this gradually. You want to like fill things up, go through as many steps as possible, different steps, different types of um, complexity steps, and then kind of hit the ground running. Over here it says, uh, so set up your service account from Firebase. What does it say? This is like for this thing, if you wanted to quickly add everything into database, into Firebase database with Gemini, then you could also connect through the CLI and just use the JavaScript node to just kind of create that schema on the fly fairly quickly. Uh, for now, we're not gonna do this. We're just quickly creating a small, really lightweight kind of application in including emotional state. Later on, we're gonna include the Gemini thing. So right now, I'm gonna say, okay, tell me, okay, I set up Firestore. Tell me what I do next. What I do next. Remember, at the end, I want to have Gemini API live communicating with the digital mom and receiving feedback from the Safari based app, and I want to see hip picture in picture for the app, and I and I want that PWA app interact with native shortcuts naturally, but also okay, like this. So I kind of included all of this information, guys. Perfect. Now the Firestone is set up. We can move to the next phase, connecting your PWA, PIP, picture-in-picture avatar, native shortcuts, and Gemini API. I'll break this down step by step, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So this is what we're going to do next, guys. But ideally, what we're going to do is we're going to connect the AI avatar. We're going to make the AI avatar react to whatever it is that we're doing inside of the app. We're going to track the steps progress we're going to connect the React, but first we got to build the React. We don't even have basic components yet. So, and then we're going to take the Firestore trigger and Cloud Function. We're going to use Cloud Functions to like do this. Like, what is this? What is this thing over here? What is this whole code over here? So the idea here is anytime we do something inside of the app on an iPhone, we want to get back, guys. We want the cloud. We want AI know like what's going on, like what is the mom doing on the phone, and then AI needs to be like, oh, she's like trying to doom scroll through TikTok. Let's give her some advice. Let's go ahead and say something funny or something like something that would read the state of the person understand the emotions and can respond in real time to Bougie Boss Mom. So, and of course, guys, to do that, we're gonna use the PIP avatars, picture-in-picture avatars. So PWA is an app. It's gonna be floating around directly inside of an iPhone, and um, this is like a lot of information for all of you guys for practical purposes. For now, guys, don't get hung up on this thing because we're still gonna have to design proxy as well. So we're gonna use okay. I need to integrate this into WebRTC, where WebRTC proxy, WebRTC from Safari browser. So this way I can have direct input into Gemini CLI, Gemini Live API. So let's see what it's gonna say for how it's gonna use the run cloud run. Perfect. We're taking real-time live AI feedback with WebRTC from Safari, feeding Gemini API directly, and I'll break this down step by step. Okay, so the first thing, so guys, just to kind of back out of this, this is the architecture. This is the architecture. Here's the Bougie Boss Mom. We got two iPhones. We got hub and spoke type of situation. We got a Firebase over here. So Firebase, obviously, you guys seen today how I set that up, Firebase database in Firestore. You've seen exactly how I went ahead and I set up Stitch. Stitch is really simple. All of this is free, guys, on Google. So Stitch, once again, I'm going to quickly go back over here and show you the Stitch. This is what the UI interface looks like. It's a few steps over here. So the person, what is happening? Stirring up the pot. What is a benefit of that? It makes it easy for you to sell pretty much almost any pet product that you want to sell. If you're a mom over 40 trying to make more sales, stirring up the pot is a way for you to stir up the controversy around on TikTok and get people to respond into your video. This is one of the biggest struggles moms suffer from. They create a product video, but they can't really get anybody to like it, or nobody makes any comments, and it's just really complicated. Many moms give up before they even start. So this is the whole reason why I went ahead and created this, stirring up the pot for Infusion automation. There's other automations that we cooked up real quick, but this one is just, it's super easy. What's happening is Bougie Boss Mom, and I already demonstrated that today for you guys for how it looks like natively, well, how it looks like on a shortcut, but from a shortcut standpoint, but the way it looks like, it just looks absolutely insane. It literally talks to you. It tells you, "Yo, sis, you go doom scroll on TikTok," and then digital sis be like, "I bet I'm gonna go ahead and scroll on doom scroll on TikTok." Then it like pauses and it says, Did you find your viral comment?" And then it's gonna be like, "Yeah," and then you respond back, and I'm like, "Yeah, I found one," and it takes a screenshot, it takes a picture, it shows all of those ASMR elements and mix. You guys got to see the demo. The purpose of this video over here is not for me to describe too much the functionality of the stirring up the pot. You guys already know the benefits and how crazy it is in terms of like literally being able to sell anything. This is specifically designed for UGC creators and luxury pet brand owners. This is not designed for people who are like trying to sell automations or make money out of that. This is designed specifically for luxury pet moms who would pay money like crazy for this solution. And we don't sell like individually each solution. We take over the whole solution as the whole thing. So in other words, like when moms turn to us, they ask like, "Oh, hey, can you please like set us up with a Freedom Fusion system and everything else like that?" And we do that, of course, guys. But over here, what we do is like, look, here's an architecture. We got iOS Safari, we got WebRTC, we got backend Cloud Run and Gemini API. If you guys not sure what WebRTC is, it's basically a multimodal kind of communication structure that allows you to insert multiple text, video, and pictures all at the same time in real time without having a like delay of communicating with people. It's super fast. It's not like you talk to a person in a non kind of where you can't interrupt or anything like this. With this one, you could interrupt on a fly. You could talk to it. It will feel like an actual person. You're talking person to person. And of course, guys, look, there's a lot of elements in here. There's PIP avatar that's going to be floating inside of the PWA app. It's going to be floating inside of it, meaning we need to recreate the thing is the PWA app is going to look like a regular app, but it doesn't have the firepower of being able to do all sorts of crazy things that we're doing in native shortcuts, such as doing using visual intelligence of iOS 26, or doing anything in terms of kind of turning on certain functions. We're also going to have a pushcut functionality to insert requests directly inside of an iPhone. This is kind of goes against zero trust access principle, but nevertheless, this is the way for us to achieve this. So the Pushcut, as part of our tech stack, we're including Pushcut. Pushcut is something that it's a really like nice tool on your iPhone that allows us to do this thing over here. I'm going to go ahead and quickly demonstrate the architecture for Pushcut. It allows something that typically almost never, it's really hard to do without Pushcut. So it allows injection from like let's say Zapier. So Zapier. So Pushcut makes it possible for you to send data directly from your system. So in simple word, in our particular case, when we deal with any kind of bougie boss moms, we know that they have luxury pet products. We know that we need to infuse marketing angles into those products. So what we do, Freedom Fusion System CRM, we set them up with Freedom Fusion System CRM, and inside of that CRM, there's all sorts of bells and whistles. There's email nurturing campaigns, business automation, AI chatbots, and all sorts of other things that makes it no-brainer for moms to sign up. And the idea here is there's certain pipelines that are set up inside of the Freedom Fusion System CRM that trigger inbound that trigger. So think of marketing angles, and think of pre-product, pre-launch, launch, post-launch. This is what they do. This is how they spawn inside amount of money, and why they contact us and not somebody else who has no clue about the business aspect of it, guys. This is the reason why. Why? Because we understand their structure. We understand how they operate their business when it comes to TikTok Shop. So, and when they come to us, they say, "Look, Rome, we're interested in the fully blown solution. We're not interested in some hacks. We're interested in a fully blown solution where you feed us the marketing angles." So I'm like, all right, well, feed us the marketing angles. That is their need. And now, and when we feed this marketing angles, what do? How do we know what to feed them? Obviously, guys, what we do, we have some other automations that are behind the scenes, looking around on the internet for what is relevant for their brand, and then just kind of injecting all of this information directly. And we use N8N for that, and a bunch of other mechanisms to find those marketing angles and then feed that up. I'm not going to just show that on this diagram, but the idea is there's marketing angles that are being injected directly into bougie boss moms' phones, iPhones. Those Hub iPhones interface directly with Spoke iPhones. Those Spoke iPhones have think of them as an assistant that, like, for example, mom can go live on a workshop, and when she goes live on a workshop, what happens? When she does a live workshop, what happens? Well, she needs to let everybody know that she's doing those workshops. She doesn't really want to be in front of a computer being a process prisoner. That doesn't make any sense, guys. So what we did, we said, okay, look, I know you're a rich mom over 40 and you have like two phones. You definitely have like two phones. We know for a fact you have two phones. So go ahead and use them, and use our automations on both of those phones. One of them is going to be your assistant. The other one is going to be your primary. It's going to elevate your marketing game and your GC game exponentially. And guys, it's a fact, guys. If you use multiple iPhones and hold one iPhone in one hand and show another iPhone in another, it's a fact that you're going to be able to get more engagement on any kind of content that you create. Try the other way around and not do that, and see the result. You're going to have minimum reaction and engagement in any kind of content that you create. So anyway, like, without further ado, think of Freedom Fusion System CRM, and think of all this thing that I just described. Everything that I described over here is called Freedom Fusion Automations. Freedom Fusion Automations. What is a pushcut thing? What is a pushcut? Pushcut is inbound injection mechanism to insert those automations that will make it easy for moms over 40 not have to think like, oh, I need to go ahead and talk about some pet product based on some lunatic who went ahead and created a viral comment about, I don't know, Sabrina Carpenter. How do you combine that together? Sabrina Carpenter viral comment together with a pet brush product that moms are trying to promote so this way they could make more money. Well, this is the answer. This is how. We grab the marketing angle, we take that marketing angle and we push it through all the way. The best way I could kind of show it to you guys, and keep something in mind, this is fast paced. This is the type of feudal incubator training you would get inside of our community, guys. This is fast paced. You don't expect to be like, oh, what is this guy talking about? Guys, my name's Ron Wells. I'm a former certified math teacher for the state of Connecticut, full stack cybersecurity and cloud engineer. This is what I do on a regular basis, on everyday basis, guys, for a living, for fun, and of course, guys, you're going to learn 100% faster from training like this inside of feudal incubators. And heck, I don't even train it. I get other people to do it. You're going to learn from my feudal hustlers, guys. But trust me, if you're a bougie boss mom over 40 and you're trying to figure out a way for how to make spawn money, well, that money doesn't come from just building an app. It comes from building your product and going through intermediate service delivery like life cycle. Let me go ahead and whip out the PowerPoint and kind of show it to you. So guys, look, just the mere fact of how quickly I'm able to communicate and use all of those PowerPoints and show all of this data and show all of those pieces of information flawlessly while like literally jumping through all of those high cardinality heterogeneous complexities, you must be immediately hooked into this right now, right away. I charge $295 per hour, guys. That's my corporate charge rate on hourly basis, guys. Listen to every single word that comes out of my mouth if you wanted to make money, guys. And pay close attention to previous workshops that are already created. Absorb them like there is no tomorrow, guys. If you want to make money, if you want to succeed, this is what you got to do. You got to go through this training, guys. I believe in you. I believe that you're going to be able to build your feudal kingdom and finally start spawning money. But the way you're going to do this is by not building just automations that people not going to need, nobody going to need. You're going to be solving a problem for specific individuals. Now, if you guys want to join us part into our solution division of our Freedom Fusion System company, we have multiple divisions. We have rating, solution, group, and learning. If you want to learn, if you want to be part of our solution division, we do have an opportunity for learn and earn opportunity for few feudal hustlers who can develop some of those hybrid skills that are not taught in college. And finally, start helping bougie boss moms over 40 spawn some money in the process. Heck, in the process, make some money yourself. Now, we do have incredible Freedom Fusion automations that increase engagement, specifically when it comes to iPhone. So let's say you are using SMS. Well, if you're still using SMS in 2025, I'm sorry, you're getting played. So why? Because imagine if you were to receive, instead of an SMS, you were to receive a blue message on your iPhone. Imagine if that was going to happen. Well, that's then yeah, you're going to be able to your engagement is going to increase. The other person on another side is going to see not a spammy message from a green message from SMS that looks absolutely scammy and spammy. Instead, they're gonna see more friendly message, blue message on their iPhone, which gonna increase the chances for you to get a response whenever it comes to dealing with any kind of leads, especially if you have high profile leads, 10, 20, 30, 40, $50,000 per month kind of leads. You don't want to be losing those leads, guys. Are you crazy? And I see many of you guys still responding with SMS. Why? Why are you losing leads, guys? Use iMessage instead. Right now, we're creating another mechanism for beyond iMessage that is going to be a little bit crazy, that is going to integrate Gemini Live API. So this way you could interface directly with the business context through almost in real time with the through Gemini Live API, and we kind of spearing that spearing ourselves forward with those Freedom Fusion automations that I quickly just kind of showed it to you. And this is like, guys, you could build this. I'm not expecting you to build any of that stuff. What I'm expecting you guys is to understand that, look, you could be using those automations and you could get access to those automations either by becoming our customer as part of our Freedom Fusion system, and by contacting us on just go to my bio link. You could take a look, learn more about our company, and then if you want to register with us, if you want to explore more, join our Freedom Fusion Flip workshops where you get to learn how to build your feudal kingdom and then either keep it or flip it. So the idea here is the path for you. You enroll into ThreadStack on FUD to get to know us. You could talk to us, ask personalized questions. If you don't have any questions, guys, if you don't ask any kind of questions, there is no chance at all that you're going to be able to succeed. If you're not getting personalized guidance and response and advice, there's no chance at all that you're going to be able to succeed. You need to be fast. You need to be good. You need to be incredibly smart, guys. With those in ThreadStack, you're going to get that smart. You're going to get that good. You're going to get that hybrid skill. And effectively, what we do inside of ThreadStack, guys, take a look at our threads. You're going to learn more what it does. But it basically allows you to monetize the heck out of your pets, cats, kids, and dogs and grow across multiple socials with ease, with primary focus on threads. Threads is absolutely fire, guys. I don't think I need to mention anything about that. And then the rest is just join Freedom Fusion Flip Workshop, join Freedom Fusion Flip Workshop, join Freedom Fusion Flip Workshops, join Freedom Fusion Flip Workshops. So guys, look, here's what I gotta say. A couple of things. Problem number one, no one buys your luxury pet products. That kind of sucks. I mean, look, don't come crying to us saying, oh, well, you tried everything. Well, did you try everything? Did you try using those Freedom Fusion automations? Have you tried using steering up the pot automation or Buy Spice Social Blaster automation or any of those automations? Have you tried any of them to go ahead and say, before you say something like, oh, things are not working for me? Guys, go ahead and try it out. And also keep something in mind. We're whipping out different types of automations. We have iPhone engagement machine, we have Buy Spice Social Blaster. All of those automations, you have to be executing them as you building your feudal kingdom, as you going through those struggles, failures, triumphs, and tribulations. You want to be doing that quick. You also want to be professional, guys. You want to be like guys, you want to be like an enterprise level company, billion-dollar company when it comes to presenting your content. You have to be strong. Why do you guys think whenever I go to the big bank like JP Morgan Chase or any of those banks and I show the solution for them, why do you think we get that with those contracts? And I'm doing this as a side hustle. Can you imagine that? Walking up in the bank and with a suit and selling them solutions. Guys, the reason why I'm able to do that is because I have a lot of experience. And of course, guys, I'm not expecting you to get that experience, but what I expect you to do is I expect you to be smart about your whatever it is that you're doing. And I believe that you can succeed in building your TikTok shop. I believe you could be a smart mom, but smartness comes from recognizing other people who are smart and asking from the right people questions. And I don't necessarily mean me. I'm by no standards any smart person. But what I could tell you one thing. If you learn from our company, you're gonna get ahead faster. It's just a fact, guys. It's a fact. But here's what I expect you to do. If you are interested in like this steering up the pot solution, then join us. Join our talent agency. Start with ThreadStack. Our ThreadStack subscription is only $14.99. If you're on an edge and thinking, oh, maybe this is not for me, I don't really want to spending all that money on all of those tools, Pushcart, etc., Zapier, etc. Oh man, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Well, guys, look, forget about all that. You don't have to like think too much about that stuff, because you're gonna be spawning money when you start promoting products, your luxury pet products, you're going to be making so much money, guys. You're not going to be thinking about like, oh, Ron Wells is charging me $98 a month. This is a joke. This is absolute joke, guys. This we're talking about 20, 10, 20, 30, $40,000 per month that you're going to be making, guys, from promoting your products. Sometimes I got to yell at you guys just to kind of knock some sense into you, just to kind of help you better understand what is going on. And I'm super excited that you guys are even watching this all the way through. A lot of people be like, oh man, this guy's like a general. I don't want to listen to that. I can't understand any of that because it's happening too fast. This guy's too like, if you want to be broke, don't listen, guys. Don't listen if you want to be broke. I'm gonna tell you that. I'm gonna tell you exactly like that. That's how it is. And the way I'm presenting everything right now for you is the same way how I present to big billion-dollar company like JP Morgan Chase. Now, of course, I don't yell like that the way like I yell with passion at you guys. When it comes to bigger things, I often reduce the increase the tonality, like introduce softness and whatnot. You definitely gotta have the correct skills, guys. But and I know not everybody likes to hear when people yelling through the through the you know the through the microphone. But I expect you to be good. I expect you guys to look through this, and I expect you to come back. and be like, Rome, I wanna learn this. I wanna do this. Like, I don't know if I want to be setting up my own TikTok shop, but I want to learn that. Maybe you'll be like that. Maybe you come to me and you'll be like, you know what? I kind of don't like the stirring up the pot. Is there another architecture for something else that's not stirring up the pot? Guys, absolutely. Like once you learn all of those, this is so easy, guys. This is literally easy. Now, why is it so hard for you? The reason why is because obviously you're not working on everyday basis on clouds and not integrating things. For you, it's like a rocket science, and I understand that, and I don't expect you guys. I don't expect you to like even understand this, any of the stuff. What we do for our customers, we set you guys up with all of this, so this we don't even have to think about anything. We think of us as your digital tailor, where we kind of sort of like when you go to a tailor and you look at the tailor and you get like a suit from a tailor who kind of looks at your size, look at all of your characteristics of your body, and kind of measures everything and makes a beautiful, beautiful suit for you. And then you're super happy and you feel so good. And of course, the same thing what we do from digital perspective. We're like your digital tailor, guys. Without further ado, I'm gonna get some chicken, guys, real quick. But today we covered a lot of stuff. We covered architecture over here. We covered a Firestore, Firebase. We covered stitch design. We covered earlier. You have seen in my previous workshop demonstrate to you how this whole thing works natively on shortcuts. And of course, guys, it's not taught anywhere in the world. All of this information is not covered anywhere in the world. You're not going to find this level of training almost anywhere at all, guys. You could be looking around. Nobody's shown sitting over there combining mobile automations with desktop automations, with cloud-based automations, with luxury pet brand, in combination with building your own feudal kingdom, helping you guys build the TikTok shop and getting other people to promote your content so this way you could spawn money. I haven't really seen anybody show me at least one channel that does that, guys. If you do, if you can find me that channel, I'll be super happy, but I just couldn't find anybody. This is the reason why I'm doing this, to help you guys out. So this way you could kind of see what's happening behind the scenes. Once again, guys, I don't expect you to learn this. If you want to learn, if you want to help our feudal hustlers grow the feudal kingdom and heck, even make some money, let us know. We do have some learn and earn opportunities for you, but it's not going to be like a handout where we give you like, oh, here's $100. No, it's going to be like 25 bucks. Here's 25 bucks. We're going to give you 25 bucks. And that's going to be like us shaking your hand virtually and giving you an opportunity to work on those systems. That's right, giving you an opportunity to work on the systems, not the other way around where we'd be like, yo, why should I pay for that? Yeah, this is thousands of dollars of training, and we would not be charging you $1,000 worth of training. Why? Because you would be willing to help us out, to help moms over 40 who are interested in your skills. And if you guys are still listening and watching through all of this, that tells me right away that you guys are interested in learning those skills. You're interested in figuring out how all of this works, and you're interested in helping those moms over 40 spawn money. And if that's true, then guess what? That makes you extremely smart person. Now, if you're not interested in doing any of that and you just want to be like, oh, yo, Rome, I just want this automation, don't worry, I hook you up. You could get many of them for free already, like on Go and Buy a link. We publish them over here, many of the automations, including like ThreadsBots Responder, and you could take a look and read about them and just kind of get them. But the question is, what good does it do? Any of those automations will do for you if you're not building a purpose. Remember, guys, at the end of the day, you need a purpose. And that's why I highly recommend you start with Freedom Fusion Flip workshops. You join our Saturday workshop. You learn everything about what ThreadStack is, what all of those different things, functionalities inside of Freedom Fusion system. If you were to become our customer, guys, as well, if you were to become our customer, we'd hook you up with Freedom Fusion System CRM, would hook you up with Freedom Fusion automations, and we'll hook you up with ThreadStack. And of course, we'll hook you up with Feudal Incubator, our medium coaching program for luxury pet moms over 40, where we hold you by your hands and walk you through the whole process of building your entire TikTok shop. Now, this is confidence, guys. I want you to develop confidence. I don't want you to be like, me. Like, no, guys, you need to be strong. You need to be like, oh my God, like, you need to be spitting out fire out of you, guys. This is how strong you need to be. Like, you don't want to be like showing yourself not confident or any of that. No, forget that. People love confidence. Instill confidence in other people. Show that you're the feudal knight, and then go ahead and join our feudal army too, guys. Now, in this particular case, as you can see, you could join those workshops every Saturday at 1 p.m. You meet our feudal army. We have feudal hustlers that lead you in learning all of those Freedom Fusion automations, plus helping you discover how to break free from being a process prisoner and become the Freedom founder, unlock the business growth with automation, and receive a month of free automation services. Guys, join the Freedom Fusion Flip workshops on Saturday. Register. Now, notice how clear and concise everything was just described to you. Now, of course, some of you will say, well, Rome, I don't know. What about like all those other automations where you talked about BioSpy, Social Blaster? I seen your profile kind of doing all sorts of crazy crazy videos that I seen you on your YouTube. Like, how do you do that? Well, guys, for that we use BioSpy Social Blaster, which is absolutely insane automation. Guys, any of the automation that we come up with, we come up with just by like, you know, asking questions. What does the bougie boss mom want? And in many cases, they want money. And in many cases, they want more than just money. They don't want to be stuck in front of the computers. They want to be able to like get those marketing angles on a go. They don't want to think. They don't want to think like what to say, how to promote a product, where to find a viral comment. They are not there to run dating profiles. They're there to make money. And in order for them to make money, they need to have injection into their iPhones while they're on the go, and not into their iPhones only, but into their UGC creators iPhones as well, because many of those moms have UGC creators that work for them. How do you guys think they have like millions of dollars, guys? What makes you think like where do they come from? Because they hire those the UGC creators who are spawning those videos and like literally promoting the heck out of their products, and they're like literally getting them rich. But what we're doing, we're interfacing directly between the UGC creators and those bougie boss moms, and spinning all sorts of systems for them to make it super easy for them to stand out and take control of those UGC creators, so this way they don't get scammed, etc. So there's many different things that I'm describing over here, guys, and this is just chump change what I just described in comparison to everything that you're going to learn in our feudal incubators, in comparison to those pills of freedom. Just to even describe to you what kind of pills of freedom you're going to be popping, guys. I mean, I don't even have a description for you. Lots of pills of freedom you're going to be popping. Like once you join this feudal incubator, you're going to be grabbing those pills of freedom, any kind of workshops that we're going to be building. You're going to be getting access to this workshop. You're going to get enrolled directly into Slack. You're going to see this is our skeleton structure of our company, guys. This we use Notion to do that. This is our operations and everything what we do for operations. Here's the processes, sales, onboarding, everything, all of that stuff. We set everything up for bougie boss moms and make it super easy for them to like pop those pills of freedom. Everything is like all those pills of freedom are like literally like help you become like Neo in the Matrix, guys. Every time you pop one of those pills of freedom, like it's gonna get you smart, super smart. Now, many of those pills, like you just pop and you learn, you could get access to some of those pills, guys, once you get access into Feudal Incubator. And the more you pop, the more easier it's going to be for you to make money. That's how it works, guys. Now, not everybody is able to like go through every feudal incubator, which is why we separated them into multiple feudal incubators. Each feudal incubator has a core area of expertise. If you're a luxury pet mom whose digital marketing absolutely garbage, then Freedom Fusion Digital is for you. This is going to help you learn how to do digital faceless marketing across all platforms, learn hybrid skills that are not taught in college, one pill at a time. We'll hook you up with some of those blue pills and red pills. Blue pill is theoretical, red pill is practical. You pop those pills and you get smarter. Now, of course, it's not actual pills, guys, but like our workshops. And like, for example, he's a Reddit scraper and automatic content creator blog site, and entire pill of freedom with everything, all the explanations and all the details and all the questions that you could ask us. You could ask us in our workshops. Here's another one: construct a funnel page on for DIY and D4U automation blueprints plus access to community. A lot of that stuff won't make any sense unless it gets complemented with those feudal hustlers workshops that are being run by in our feudal incubators, where you can ask specific questions. But the idea here, guys, is for you to discover those hybrid skills that are not taught in college. Start utilizing them. Start operationalizing the bots. Start creating different types of funnels and sequence diagrams to go ahead and like get your system set up. Once everything is set up, for you as a digital mom, then it's just smooth sailing. But how do you do that? How do you get people to DM the word path on your Insta? So this way it comes in and direct goes into your system. So this way you don't get lost. How do you keep track of all those UGC creators? Guys, obviously, this is where systems come into play. Because if you go into this journey without any kind of systems and try to build your TikTok shop, then you will fail fast. You will fail fast, or you will get burned out. Either one of those things will happen really fast, guys, and you're not even gonna you're gonna look back and you're gonna be like, oh my God, I wish I joined this feudal incubator. I wish I learned everything that was described by Ron Wells and his feudal hustlers. And then you're gonna remember that, you're gonna come back to me, and I'm gonna be like, well, I told you so, but I don't know, you didn't listen. You just wanted to kind of do this on your own. And guys, if you do this on your own, there's nothing wrong with that, but you will quickly you will quickly burn out. That's basically what's going to happen. Now, if you want to join this feudal incubator, it's going to be more expensive for you than ThreadStack. This is our medium ticket offer, and this is a lot more than ThreadStack, guys. To get access to all of those pills of freedom, to gain access to our feudal hustlers who are doing those real-time workshops, it's going to be more money. But you're going to get access to Freedom Fusion System CRM. You're going to get access to Freedom Fusion automations, all those automations that I'm showing you. You're going to be able to build your TikTok shop. So this way you could spawn money and you could ask questions, and you get this support. You get that greater accountability and support. If you don't have that accountability and directional support, you will easily struggle and fail, guys, big time. Nobody is sitting there and explaining those things in as deep details as our feudal hustlers. And this is just a small little preview, a little taste. But the rest is just going to be, yeah, just joining our Slack channel, popping those pills of freedom, gaining access to transcripts that I'm showing you over here. And yes, here's the avatar saying,
guys, you need to take action. Action is resulted around those Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, TikTok, and other areas. You need to be good.
Ever wanted to build a remote side hustle, but lack AI, automation, content, and pitching skills? If this is so, then join my Freedom Fusion Digital Feudal Incubator and develop hybrid skills that are not taught in college.
so guys, look, even my AI avatar agrees with this one. Then we got this one.
You've probably seen this all over TikTok. It's called the BioSpice Social Blaster, created by Rome Well. It's the ultimate tool for luxury pet moms and digital sisters. Social media game. Blast trendy videos across platforms and watch your engagement soar. Don't miss out on this game-changing automation system.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna head out. That's kind of it. Hopefully you enjoyed this workshop. And if you guys are interested in any of this, DM the word path on my Insta.